Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading for January 5th to the 11th. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You know we're going to jump right in. Blue asterisk, always the best aspects of the week. And you're coming out of an amazing full moon in Cancer. I always drop these forecasts a little bit before the week begins. So you may be experiencing it right now, right? January 3rd. It depends on when you watch this reading, right? Or you may be moving into it, but I mean, there was maybe some things you needed to see. Maybe there was some doors that you closed. It was a great full moon. It was conjuncting Jupiter. But the most important thing here is you officially said bye-bye to 2025, all right? Gone. And we're in 2026. And you are getting really, really, really serious, right? About your growth on your journey. You're in Capricorn season. You got a job to do, which is locking in your legacy with structure and discipline, ownership. There is a high level of being real with yourself. Capricorn is Saturn ruled. So this is all about being grounded in what's real. It is not dreamer energy. That comes later. No clicking heels here. If you're in Kansas, you're in Kansas, okay? Capricorn is doer energy. It's all about gains. It's all about the outcome. It's having the strong finish. It's very success oriented. All right. And you're definitely going to roll up your sleeves. Look at what's going on this week. You're going to have Mercury, Venus, the Sun, and an exalted Mars traveling together, conjuncting, merging their energies this entire week. Okay. So what does that mean? Well, this is your third house. Capricorn rules your third house. Kind of a big deal. You're possibly going to be very motivated in launching new things. You're going to be very curious about trying new things. You're going to be heavily communicating, and you're also very likely going to travel. A lot of y'all are going to have some activity with your local community as well. It's a big time for you. I would not be surprised if there's something in the works being signed, but you're definitely going to be proactive, all right? Practical, pragmatic, professional, prioritizing, all the words. You are going to be walking the walk, talking the talk. And since Capricorn is all about achievements, there's going to be at one point this week, just take a step back and say, wow, I did that. I got that promotion. I passed the test. I got booked on The Bachelor. I'm a contestant. Whatever your long-term goals are, that's what this is all about. And you're going to be really immersed this week with the ultra rare triple kazimi in Capricorn with the Sun, Venus, and Mars starting Tuesday, January 6th. And I talk about these kazimis and, you know, the conjunctions a lot in your January forecast. I'm not going to repeat the same information here, but this is big on January 6th. You got the Sun conjunct Venus, 16 degrees. So this happens once a year. However, I think that if you saw your 2026 forecast, we're getting it twice. We're getting it at the end of the year, and Venus will be retrograde. Okay? And that's why. And retrograde in your sign. Yeah. And that's some time away. For now, you've got a reborn Venus, all her powers at full maximum. She's bursting with charm and magnetism, and therefore you will too. It's in your third house. All this Capricorn energy that rules your third house. I mean, this is big. So you are definitely going to be very social. You're going to be networking. This Venus, you're going to be attracting everything or anyone you desire, right? But in a structured way, okay? Remember that structure regarding relationships and creative projects, and for you, launching businesses. There's so much that you can do. The way that you do business, all of that, you could feel this really big shift. And Venus, yes, is money as well, and your values, and ultimately just finding the beautiful things. It's a great time to date. It's a great time to network, to negotiate, to entertain, have that football party or whatever you want to do, right? The most important takeaway, though, is that Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, who's Chronos, father time. And Venus is your values. So with this reborn Venus, just, you know, have your moment, make it abundantly clear what is worth your time. And is it being honored? Yep. So a great thing that's happening this day too is the moon will be in Virgo. That's going to trine Juno and Capricorn. So, wow. Virgo rules your 11th house of your future hopes and wishes and aspirations. So this is significant. Like I said, I would not be surprised if there's some big agreement, some contracts being signed. We'll talk about in the second spread. Now, Wednesday, January 7th, you have Venus conjunct Mars, 18 degrees. Remember, all three planets all at the same degree. They're all moving together from 17 to 18. This conjunction, Venus conjunct Mars, it feels like a cannon to the kazimis. It's huge. It's Venus conjunct Mars, your traditional ruler. It's not even very, it's highly intimate and intense. It's bonkers. And this, when I say that, like with your desires and your passions, it's Venus and Mars. You got romantic, sensual, creative sparks all rolled in one, off the Richter scale. Remember, Venus is reborn, Mars is exalted. This is momentum. This is really big momentum on your journey. Yeah, your long-term goals. And really use this. We didn't get it last year. It's rare. At the very least, please network. Please be social. It's your third house of communication. And so I really love this for you. Please take those inspired actions. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. All right. Now, the other thing is, and then the moon is going to be in Virgo conjuncting the South Node. We know that's in Virgo. And listen, this is karmic. This is old patterns that may resurface. And it's trine the triple kazimi. Again, we'll talk about it in the second spread, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's something here with a friendship or group you belong to. Now, Thursday, January 8th, now you've got Mercury sextile the North Node in Pisces, trine the South Node in Virgo, 10 degrees. So Mercury is in Capricorn. That's great. That's strategic. It's your words carrying weight. They're going to stick. It's in your third house. You've got that benefit. It's Mercury's home. Mercury is the native ruler of the third house. And so this is going to be just very comfortable for you. Okay. And it's with, Mercury's connecting with the nodes, right? The nodes of fate, just the way that Mars recently did in the sun and Venus. And so this is maybe you're going to have a conversation that is fated. Maybe there's an idea that you have, an elevator pitch. You can make a life-changing decision. You could hear good news, get great messages around this time. There's truly something destined for you here. Okay. Now, the other thing is, by the way, cross watchers, if you watch for your rising or your moon or for your doctor, it doesn't matter. Capricorn, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini will feel this aspect the most. And if you have planets in your natal chart, 9 to 11 degrees, you're going to feel it the most. And then Friday, this is January 9th, the sun conjunct Mars, 19 degrees. This is big. This is like the big moment this week, the Mars kazimi. The last time we had this was November 18th, 2023. And I'm sure you may remember that date because obviously we were in your birthday season, but B, this conjunction happened in your sign, Scorpio. So you can think about what happened for you since from that point forward. But the bigger picture here is Mars. I want you to think of his journey the past 2 years. He's been hitting aspect after aspect. He's been going through long retrogrades and signs he doesn't do well in. And signs he doesn't like, so he's got nothing in the tank until now. 1,000% of his power, all of it back. He's basking in that sunlight. And there's your exalted Mars being reborn. You are going to feel this. This is your ruler. This is a rush of adrenaline. This is a 2-year cycle being set up for you. And again, your third house. So again, there's something here where you're moving the needle forward. Okay. I just did the, I forgot that. What was that top song everybody was? Gangnam Style. I just did that, didn't I? Only for you, Scorpio. The other thing is, yes, this is going to be big because to your cycle, and it's Mars in his exaltation. It's where he does his best, where he's in warrior mode. So this is big. Okay. Big moment. Lift off. All right. You're going to feel valiant and heroic and plucky, right? Especially toward your long-term goals. Okay. This is the day that the Sun and Mars perfect. So it's the peak of this aspect. But remember, they're going to be conjuncting every day up until the new moon, up until January 18th. That's a lot of power. Mars is drive and determination and physicality and libido and ambition. And he's really charged up. Okay. Therefore, he can also be very competitive and impatient and aggressive. So sure, yeah, you can kick over the water cooler out the office window if that's on your list of achievements. But don't forget, this is Capricorn energy. Capricorn rules your reputation. Channel this energy constructively. Go make things happen with this. Is so rare. It's so nice. You can start a new project. It's in your third house of starting things like launching a business and selling things on Etsy, whatever you want, like whatever you need. But there is a creative writing projects. Great for that third house energy. Okay. This is, it is like you're just going to be so social when you have Venus here, when you have Mercury here, right? So remember, it's still a lot of energy to exert. So use it. Just use it. You're creating your reality. Go create. This is your time. This is amazing. And if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising and moon, etc., Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and I'm throwing in the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, you, and Pisces, will feel the kazimis and the conjunctions, Venus conjunct Mars, all of it, the most. Okay. If you have planets 16 to 20 degrees, then any other signs. I mean, those planets are going to be aspected. You're going to feel it the most. Now, over the weekend, you have the Sun, Venus, and Mars all opposite Jupiter, 20 degrees. You're going to feel it strongly on Saturday. And yes, it's 3 versus 1. This is interesting. It's on the Cancer Capricorn axis. And for you, there may be, like, travel may be a big theme that comes up over this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if you're traveling, or even education, learning new things. But also, it's Cancer Capricorn. It's, it's protection versus power. It's care, comfort versus duty, responsibility. So it's really all about how you handle this opposition. You really want to absorb more of that Jupiter energy, right? With Jupiter in Cancer, which is expansion and protection and opportunity, because Jupiter is exalted in a really strong place. But likewise, so is Mars. So if there's any energy you feel, it might be Jupiter and Mars, that opposition, Mars being your ruler as well. So what does that mean? You could feel extra nurturing and even sensitive or defensive with Mars, maybe even reckless, but courage really pays off here. There is a lot of payoff here, especially with Venus in the mix. Venus and Jupiter, right? The two benefics. So that can help you bring in money, right? With Venus, or, you have these good feel good moments in relationships. Just avoid overspending. Yeah, that would be like the lower expression of Jupiter. And the Sun is all about validation and recognition, but just avoid overconfidence. Yeah. You have the benefit of Mercury and Capricorn. That's just very grounded, works really well. This earth energy with you being water, it brings this logical thinking. So this weekend is all about tempering your expectations and not expanding any conflict should it arise. You want to be very diplomatic because the moon will be in Libra all weekend long. So, what does that mean? Well, for you, there really is something here to be said about this is just such a spiritual weekend for you. All right. Your ninth and your 12th activated. It could also be where you do have shifts in your belief system, but you really might feel that there's some things that need to be said. All right. Because here's the thing, you've got Venus, Mars, the side of Mercury over here in Capricorn. You have Jupiter here in Cancer. And then you have the moon in Libra. And therefore, the moon in Libra is going to square these planets, square this planet, right? You got a T-square. But then you throw in Chiron in Aries. Yeah. You have a grand cross. You have a grand cardinal crosses, all the cardinal signs. And so Chiron is a little out of orb. Not really, though. It's just 2 degrees. So we'll talk about this in the second spread, where we do talk about lunations and asteroids, planetoids. Just know it may be an emotional weekend. Maybe emotions come to the surface. There may be some decision you have to make. But again, for you, it really does look like something that feels more spiritual. Yeah, and you got that, the exalted Jupiter that protects. Anyway, let's see what's going on for you. Yeah, let's see what's going on for Scorpio for January 5th to the 11th for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Scorpio is great. I do a traditional cult across spread, offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. If we need to pull clarifiers, oh yeah, we will. And Scorpio, you honestly, there's something that a lot of y'all are really wanting to just get off the ground. It's right. It's right there. I'm excited for you. This is going to be a really, really strong week. Okay. Yeah, let's get started. All right. So, Scorpio, wow. There you go. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, you're good, but we got to talk about the elephant in the room, right? You got that Ace of Pentacles. Amazing. So, it looks like you have started something, and a lot of it could have began with that full moon in Cancer that we just had. We did have that new moon in Sagittarius. That was really amazing for you. That is your second house of income and salary. But anyway, Ace of Pentacles, there you go. Brand new path. Look at that gateway open up for you. It's a new pathway. This is an ace. It's all about opportunities. There's something coming through, and it can be a new job. It can be, something in your physical world. Pentacles are material items, material wealth, like possessions. That's amazing. All right. Because it is going to make a big difference. It's the Ace of Pentacles. So a lot of y'all could have already had it. A lot of y'all are moving into it. And then you have that Eight of Swords in the heart of your spread. So there is a little bit of a feeling of like, oh, what did I get myself into, or whatever that came through. It's making me, I'm not sure about it. I mean, the Eight of Swords, we call it the self-victim card, right? She put herself there, right? Nobody put her there. But it could have been, maybe there were some people that she didn't feel confident around. But either way, it's still all about facing your truth and your realities, right? And this is very, very, with what's happening for you, like I said, it is a time where you're going to be very social. You're going to be networking. You're even if you're like, nope, I'm not. People are going to be emailing you. You're going to be getting texts. You're going to be getting DMs. All of that. All right. So just bear that in mind. There may be something here. Okay. There may be something here where it's a reality that you have to face. Okay. Now, Page of Wands. In your challenge area, there really can be something here. It's when you see what's happening here, there may be a little bit of, you want to feel a little bit more inspired about this new path, this new direction. Okay. And then secondly, with the Page of Wands in your 10th area, there could be someone, remember I was saying earlier, that's making you feel that, oh no, I can't talk about this. I'm going to ignore it. I sidestep. Yeah, her feet are free. She can walk out anytime she wants. Anytime. Okay? And you see it's mud and water at her feet. So it could be like some muddled clarity as you come out. But at least you are walking out, right? You do have that Two of Pentacles too. And I mean, there you go. All right. So you see how some things are like really just being explained here. It's like, there may be something here where it's like, did I take on too much? Is this the path that I wanted to be on? Is this creating some, challenges in my life? There is that balancing act here with the Two of Pentacles. So again, what was one of the words? Prioritize. Yep. So that may be something that you're thinking of this week. Okay. It could be balancing, like I said, even with the oppositions, right? Like, could even be like work and home. But you got the Lovers and the root of your spread. It's kind of a big deal with the Lovers that's showing up. Because Lovers, you've got these two Gemini cards. Gemini, remember, rules your 8th house of, it's your home, right? So it's deepening relationships. There you go. That's like what you want. And maybe there's something here that you're just like, this is with all these conjunctions, all this power. You're like, whoa, things are really overwhelming right now. Yeah. But then also, it really could be, is there something about commitments here that's on your mind? Keep that in mind with the Lovers and the root of your spread. Because it does look like, I mean, you're in it for the long haul here, right? And again, there may be some commitments that could be on the table, especially with Juno at play, with your 3rd house completely activated. Even the fact that you're the moon actually will trine Uranus and Taurus, and that is their 7th house of partnerships, relationships. Remember, over the weekend, the moon's in Libra, relationships. So it could be a big theme for you. But you got Justice in your future. And so this is great. Justice is actually attributed to Libra. So there really is something here with relationships and that truth and justice and fairness in it all with Juno, Libra's asteroid at play as well. So this is yours to take. Okay? The Justice card. Remember, with the fact that we have all this Capricorn energy. Remember, Saturn is the ruler. Saturn is karma. You have the South Node, the North Node activated all week. Karma, right? Karmic energy. So there could be something here. It's like you cashing in your karma points, but you've got to go get it, right? You got to go put those points into the Justice Bank, and then you're going to be fine. This is also like a lot of wisdom. It's like whatever actions you take here to move out of that Eight of Swords energy, there's a reward, there's a payoff. Justice will be served. Okay, so keep that in mind. There may be something that you're really going to have a conversation about. Let's get to your stuff, Scorpio, y'all. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, share, hype. That's it. That's the word. That's a new thing. But leave comments. Tell me what's going on. I want to know. Also, it looks like there might be, there might be a little bit of a lot taking over, like taking up a lot of headspace over the weekend too. Okay, it is your 12th that's going to be activated, and that can be like, the lower expression would be like self-sabotage, right? hidden enemies, as well as, having, like, facing your fears. Okay. Remember, fear is fiction. All right. What? Yeah. You're good. You're fine. You're going to be good. This is temporary. All right. King of Wands. Great. Go after your passions. You're the king of passion here. All right. Really feel it. Live life for your passions all the way. You have all these planets pushing you in that direction either way. You don't want to resist that. You want to move with it. And it's epitome of passions, right? You're the hangman in your external factors area. So, like I said earlier, there may be something that really shifts the way you believe in something or see something. And there's a hangman right here. It could be very spiritual, like I said. You could have like a very spiritual moment, but it does look like there is a shift into some big change. And that could be creating that energy right here. And I did say it's a Gemini card, and it's actually attributed to Jupiter and Gemini because Jupiter's detriment in Gemini, it can be overthinking, it can be over analyzing as well. But you're going to be fine. There is something here asking you to really see things in a completely different way. And that's going to be part of your transformation. And it feels like there may be someone that's very pivotal in your life that may bring that forth. And then you have the Two of Swords. Interesting. So that 12th house energy, like I said, could come strong, right? Libra rules your 12th house. And remember, the moon's going to be in Libra all weekend long, and this card is actually attributed to moon in Libra. And so you got the only two people in all of tarot that's got the blindfold on. So there really is something here that you may have to face, or something here that it is a reality. We're just like, okay, I can't ignore this. Let me put wheels in motion, all right? Build that confidence. And again, maybe there's a decision that needs to be made. Lastly, you got the Two of Cups. And your final outcome, you're good. You're good. You just got to move out of that. You got the Two of Cups and the Lovers. Come on. Come on. That's huge. Yeah, that's the beginning of this beautiful relationship, or opening yourself up for those opportunities as well. And speaking of passion, I mean, you have that winged lion here, and even the caduceus, which is healing. So this is really great. And this doesn't have to be love. If you're not here for love, it can be business. It can be business partner, new company, whatever. Wherever you're putting that energy, it can be platonic. There's a lot, but this is, remember, it's all about that growth. So I feel like, again, there is something with commitments here that might be a big theme this week. Okay, Scorpio. Yeah, you're actually. I'll clarify that Eight of Swords. Yeah, let's see. Oh yes. The Three of Swords, too. All right. I want to see something here. And then the Six of Wands. There's something here that you have to face. Okay. And for a lot of y'all, it's almost like, oh, but that's going to hurt. For me to have that conversation, that's going to be like, ripping off the Band-Aid, like things like that. But you got that Six of Wands. It's showing, okay, look, I did it. This is success. This is victory. What did I say earlier? Taking a step back this week and saying, look, I did it. Look at what I did, right? You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. But definitely don't overthink things. Okay, Scorpio. Next week, we will have, we'll go deeper in a lot. Remember, you got that new moon in Capricorn. You have a lot. We have that like 3 days with 5 aspects each. There's a lot. And yes, the second spread, tier 3 members, really good. And legendary members, we will look at all of these activations with Juno, with the South Node, with the Grand Cross that's happening over the weekend. Anyone is welcome to join. You know where to find the link. Thanks so much, Scorpio. I will see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.